Oh, blessed be the name of the Lord. I hope you guys having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. I tell you guys, it's a lot going on. A lot is happening. This video will be power packed with all kind of news going on all around the world pretty much, people. And we're going to be going over some storms. I just got reports in from Lewis in Florida saying there's a sandstorm going on. We got Begley got reports on yesterday and day before about all these explosions. The Boo 77 also explosions. Why are we having so many explosions? I was asking myself that question. Oh my goodness. So we're going to be covering all these today on this video. I'm going to be going over missions reports all over from Pakistan, Bangladesh, India. We need to be praying for my friend in Bangladesh right now. His family been having colds and flu or something going on, so we're praying for him to get well. Outstanding guy, outstanding gentleman that do missionary work in Bangladesh. And so we just want to be covering missions. I'm even gonna put a 14-minute video by Barber on today. He's really the man behind Feed My Sheep today, and we all work together and pray together and help each other. So I'm going to be putting his video on today that I just saw one I really like, so I'm going to share it. And then we're going to do the Bible. Always going to go to the Bible, Galatians 5 today. Galatians 5 today, people. So let me go ahead and play a song by Miranda. I love that song, Miranda, Freedom. Kingdom Come, my Kingdom Come, I mean. So we're going to play that song, and then we're going to roll on into these news reports going on, all the things going on right now. So let me go ahead and do that real quickly. This video probably going to be like an hour long, I'm sure, with all the material I have to cover. So let me go ahead and get to it right now. But I am going to be kind of giving real little short you know, things. I can't go through all the videos, but I'm gonna be showing little, you know, little slides of the videos. I didn't even get to pull out my missionary pictures yet for this week, but I would cover that on another video. But I will be showing some videos already in video mode. They already put together. So let me go ahead now and go through the fair use notice. I'll tell you, boy, I can't hardly go to bed at night anymore and get up. It's so much happening. So let me go ahead and get to the Israel news, get to a song. I mean, first, let me find my song. I know I put my song up here. Wow, where did I put Miranda at? Okay, hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. I know I did. Okay, here it is. Okay, let me go ahead and get this rolling. So let me go ahead and get it rolling. Hold on, let me mute it out.
Is searching for happiness, to escape from a life of emptiness, meaningless, hopelessness, pointlessness, to gain the whole world just to lose their souls. Help us, oh Lord, to remember, even though we are in this world, we're passing through. Hope is in what we don't see, waiting on you. Lord, let your kingdom come. Let your will be done here on earth as as in heaven. Lord, let your kingdom come. Let your will be done here on earth as in heaven. All of creation is groaning. From within our hearts we cry to be freed from the bondage of corruption. Trouble on every side, but this suffering is not worthy to be compared with the glory that shall be revealed in us. Lord, let your kingdom come. Let your will be done here on earth as in heaven. Lord, let your kingdom come. Not our will, oh God, but your will be done here on earth as it is in heaven. Your will be done. Your will be done. Oh, Spirit, intercede for us with wordless groans. We don't know what to pray for. Lord, let your kingdom come on earth. Lord, help us in our weakness. Spirit of the living
TV7 Israel News is made possible thanks to your generous donations. Shalom, good evening. This is TV7 Israel News broadcast to you from Jerusalem, and in today's top stories. Russian President Vladimir Putin insists that the recent report, which was published by the Washington Post on Moscow's alleged preparation to supply Iran with an advanced satellite system that would have granted Iran the capacity to monitor IDF bases and activity, is simply false. U.S. President Joe Biden and Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan conclude a meeting in Brussels on the sidelines of a NATO summit in what was described by both leaders as positive, sincere, and productive talks. French President Emmanuel Macron confirms an agreement was reached with President Erdogan regarding Libya, which has been a root cause for tensions between Ankara and Paris. An orderly transition of power took on practical form in Jerusalem following parallel meetings that were held yesterday by the incoming ministers of the incumbent 36th Israeli government and their outgoing peers, which consisted of ceremonies marking a so-called change of the guard. In tandem, Prime Minister Naftali Bennett held a meeting with his predecessor, the outgoing Benjamin Netanyahu. The meeting lasted for merely 30 minutes behind closed doors, and a ceremonial exchange in front of the cameras, a custom historically observed by previous Israeli premiers, was evidently shunned. Subsequently, Bennett made a brief tour of his new office in Jerusalem, after which he immediately held 2 consecutive meetings with his military secretary, Brigadier General Avi Blut, and National Security Council Director Meir Ben Shabbat, who provided the new Israeli leader with a comprehensive overview, as well as issues demanding his immediate attention. Meanwhile, elsewhere in Jerusalem, outgoing Israeli President Reuven Rivlin held a farewell ceremony at the headquarters of the Israeli security agency Shin Bet, during which he voiced gratitude to all of the organization's invisible operatives, as he called them, as well as to the agency's director, who worked day and night to ensure the security of Israel as a Jewish and democratic state.
אני רוצה להודות לכולכם, הנעלמים, האנשים הנמצאים בעשייה כל כך חשובה לביטחוננו, ולך שאתה עמדת בראש המערכת ברוב תקופת כהונתי, על כך שעם ישראל לא מבין אפילו עד כמה הוא צריך להוקיר תודה על מערכת שמלווה, שומרת אותו ועוטפת אותו מכל משמר בנושאים ובאתגרים לא פשוטים מבית ומחוץ, מחוץ ומבית. פעמים רבות החלטות מאוד חשובות ומכריעות בחיי היום-יום של מדינת ישראל ובנושאים האסטרטגיים נחתכים על פי חוות הדעת שלכם ועל פי הצורך שלכם. אתם נמצאים בתווך בין הצורך שלנו לשמר מדינה דמוקרטית לבין הצורך שלנו לקיים ולשמר את מסע הדורות שלנו לחזור לארצנו ולמולדתנו ולקיים מדינה שבאופייה היא יהודית ובאופייה היא דמוקרטית. לא פחות יהודית מדמוקרטית ולא פחות דמוקרטית מיהודית, ואתם עושים זאת, חברים, בצורה מעוררת כבוד.
It is important to know that President Reuven Rivlin is set to be replaced by Israel's President-elect Yitzhak Bougie Herzog on July 9th. Prior to the nearing date, the Israeli head of state is expected to travel to the United States for a meeting with his American counterpart, Joe Biden, at the latter's invitation. Turning to Moscow, where Russian President Vladimir Putin insists that the recent report, which was published by the Washington Post on Moscow's alleged preparation to supply the Islamic Republic of Iran with an advanced satellite system that would have granted Tehran the capacity to monitor IDF bases and activity, is simply false. Per the referred to Washington Post report citing U.S. officials, the Russian plan would deliver to the Iranians a Russian-made Canopus V satellite equipped with a high-resolution camera that would greatly enhance Iran's spying capabilities, allowing continuous monitoring of facilities ranging from Persian Gulf oil refineries and Israeli military bases to Iraqi barracks that house U.S. troops. However, in an interview with the U.S.-based television network NBC released by the Kremlin ahead of a scheduled meeting with U.S. President Joe Biden tomorrow in Geneva, President Putin stressed that Russia's position about space militarization is unequivocally clear.
Наверное, всем хорошо известна наша позиция по поводу того, что мы категорически против милитаризации космоса вообще. Мы считаем, что космос должен быть свободен от любых видов оружия на околоземном пространстве размещенных и так далее. Поэтому у нас нет таких планов, особенно по передаче какой-то технологии такого уровня, о котором вы сейчас сказали.
Turning to Brussels, where a meeting of NATO leaders concluded yesterday evening at a pivotal time for the alliance, which faced increased internal challenges amongst its members in recent years. And while NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg proclaimed the meeting as a new chapter in transatlantic relations, no less significant meetings were held on the summit sidelines, including a first bilateral face-to-face conversation between President Joe Biden and his Turkish counterpart Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Following their lengthy meeting, both leaders characterized their talks as positive, productive, and sincere, and highlighted that withstanding disagreements are less significant than common interests.
I just finished meeting with President Erdogan of Turkey. We had a positive and productive meeting, much of it one-on-one. We had detailed discussions about how to proceed on a number of issues. Our two countries have big agendas. Our teams are going to continue our discussions, and I'm confident we'll make real progress with Turkey and the United States.
At a separate press briefing, President Erdogan also mentioned that the respective defense and foreign ministers of both countries will hold separate meetings to try and resolve a dispute over Ankara's acquisition of Russia's S-400 anti-aircraft system, which drew both Western condemnations and U.S. sanctions as a consequence.
Türkiye, Amerika Birleşik Devletleri ilişkilerinde çözülemeyecek hiçbir mesele olmadığını, tam tersine işbirliği alanlarımızın sorun başlıklarından daha geniş ve zengin bir görünüm sergilediğini düşünüyoruz. Bizim Patriotlar konusundaki düşüncemiz malum bilinen bir düşünceydi ve bu konuda tabii Amerika'nın da tavrı belliydi. Ne oldu? Amerika Patriotları vermedi. Biz de tabii S-400'ü o zaman almak durumunda kaldık. İşte böyle bir süreçten geliyoruz. Ve bu konularla ilgili savunma sanayinde birlikte neler yapabiliriz? Bunları savunma bakanlarımız, dışişleri bakanlarımız kendi aralarında görüşsünler dedik. Kendi aralarında yapacakları bu görüşmeden sonra da bizler adımlarımızı atalım.
It is important to know that amongst the numerous meetings held on the sidelines of the NATO summit, President Erdogan also held a meeting with his French counterpart Emmanuel Macron.
Le climat de cette rencontre a été un climat apaisé. Et sans qu'il y ait d'excuses formulées, ni même que quelque excuse ait pu être demandée de part ou d'autre, il y a eu la volonté claire de réengager un travail. Ces derniers mois, d'ailleurs, ont été marqués par plus de calme dans les déclarations publiques, et je m'en félicite. Mais nous avons l'un et l'autre acté qu'il était nécessaire, compte tenu des enjeux qui sont collectivement les nôtres, de tout faire pour pouvoir travailler ensemble.
President Macron went on to unveil a number of agreements reached with his Turkish counterpart in matters related to Libya, which has been a root cause for tensions between Ankara and Paris.
Nous avons discuté du sujet libyen avec le président Erdogan, et je crois que nous avons trouvé des points de convergence clairs pour, d'une part, préserver le cessez-le-feu, d'autre part, tenir les objectifs d'élection au 24 décembre prochain, et donc véritablement accompagner aujourd'hui le gouvernement et le président et le vice-président dans ce travail, et enfin pour à l'été travailler ensemble au retrait des combattants étrangers et mercenaires dans un premier temps. Et je pense que c'est une avancée importante et que nous avons ensemble acté d'y œuvrer de concert.
Thank you for watching us. For more of TV7's productions and reports, including a variety of programs and editorials, I encourage you to visit our website at www.tv7israelnews.com. Furthermore, as part of TV7 Israel's prayer initiative, I would like to encourage you today to join the team and me here in Jerusalem to lift up Turkey in prayer for its salvation and peace, alongside prayers for our persecuted brothers and sisters around the world, in addition to our ongoing prayers, of course, for the peace of Jerusalem and the salvation of Israel. Separately, I would like to thank all of you who partner with TV7 Israel. Your dedicated monthly support, both by means of prayer and finance, is of crucial importance to our ongoing operations. I'm Jonathan Hassan, wishing you an Erev Tov U'Mevorach, and we will see you again tomorrow at the same time.
Are you serious? Are you serious? Another explosion, this time China, a gas explosion. And this one is very, very deadly. 25 people are dead, 138 are injured, 37 of those in very critical condition. This is a horrific scene. Nobody saw this one coming in a residential area in China. Let me put a shout out real fast if I could for would be to get this right here. www.night. Put these, they'll send them. I'm telling you, get www.nightsolar out of China. You know how that is. Then we have this massive explosion in Rockton, Illinois, of a chemical plant that has evacuations going on right now. This plant completely is consumed. The smoke, the plume, the fumes, the toxic gas, all of it in the air. It's a very ugly situation in Illinois. And an exploding gas explosion in a residential area right there in China. 25 people are dead. 138 are injured. 37 of those very critical. What's going on here, guys? But this is what Mike from the World talked about. And we've discussed this, that this entire, this entire, it's freezing down under. Oh, by the way, I know. Australia's been hit with one of the deep freeze, massive blizzard, unbelievable cold has hit Australia right now down under. So pray for those folks. You heard me. Massive, massive snow blizzard in Australia. Could it be, you're right, Jerry, could it be cyber attacks? Absolutely. Matter of fact, that's what caused the infrastructure, actually the power grid in Puerto Rico to explode a few days ago was cyber attacks. Did it cause this plant to blow up, this gas explosion in China, or this chemical plant in Illinois, or this nuclear meltdown? Or are we looking at what Mike from the World talks about in these other cases that we're saying today? Is this from the 5 waves of energy, Nibiru, Planet X, Planet number 9, the dwarf star, the goblin? I mean, is this the charged particles from the atmospheric compression and from deep, deep space as this radiation, UV rays, cosmic rays, ultraviolet rays, radiation particles, as this all begins to filter down? What does this all mean? Someone's saying also there's an explosion in Russia. Thank you for that update. I'll find out more about that as well. Thank you so much. It's just unbelievable, the stuff that's going on right now, guys. You can't keep up with it. It can't be true. This just can't be true. Another explosion. This one, a gas station in Russia. You saw the thumbnail. It's an actual picture. This happened just 2 hours ago. It seems like something's going on here, guys. Get some coffee. Calm down. We're in a real situation. What? This is serious. Explosion in Rockton, Illinois. Massive explosion. Huge explosion in China. 25 are dead, 138 are injured. A massive explosion in Russia. 21 people injured. Gas station erupts. And then you've got a nuclear leak going on right now in China, which I was just talking to Bart, my son Bart, and he says word on the street is this thing could be the next Chernobyl. It's a very serious problem as radiation is emanating from reactor number 1 at this nuclear power plant in China.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mary with Mary Greeley News. Thank you for joining me. Here we have an image of the Taishan, a nuclear power plant there in China. There's been an accident, but China seems to be downplaying the threat. Now, using Google Earth, here's the location, I believe, of that nuclear power plant, and I'm going to bring it out off to the east. Way over here would be Hong Kong. Over here is Hong Kong. And over here is the location of that nuclear power plant. It went online in 2018 in a joint effort between France and China. France has 30% interest in this power plant, and evidently one of its rods is leaking noble gas and other types of gases. This here image is from Newsmax. It says the French joint operator of the Chinese nuclear plant near Hong Kong said Monday is dealing with a performance issue, but is currently operating within safety limits. Well, they raised the level of what they consider safe levels of nuclear radiation. And they're saying 85 miles away, there in Hong Kong, radiation levels are at normal levels. Well, it depends on which way the wind is blowing, wouldn't you say? Using Google Earth map, it's about 80 miles, a little northeast. Here's an image of another nuclear power plant there in China. They're saying they raised the levels of radiation just so they don't have to shut it down. A report from Al Jazeera says that some gas leaked from the fuel rod, and they're wondering if the pressure vessel that contains the fuel rods also failed. They're saying the incident happened a week ago, and we're just now hearing about it because CNN evidently released the report. According to a paper there in Hong Kong, evidently the people involved who oversee the plant, which would be France and China, they had an emergency meeting about this supposed accident. The Biden administration is saying that they believe the facility is not yet at a crisis level.
2021, and welcome to the Grand Supreme News Channel. Before I start, guys, give this video a big thumbs up and share this video. We got some breaking news updates, and it says here, massive Sihawan dust storm engulfs Florida and the southeast United States. This is huge, guys. Check this out. We have all the updates, all the information. I actually talked about this last week, and man, look at that. Wow. You know, last year there were various places, like I believe in the Caribbean island, certain parts. I think it was in Cuba, if I'm not mistaken. I know the sun was blocked. It was blocked and daytime turned to nighttime. But check this out, guys. It seems like it's the tip of Florida. And I do live like in this part right here. I do live in the Tampa Bay area. And this is huge. This is massive. So here we go, guys. I live in this side of Florida, and this is just, it's not covering the whole state of Florida, but I mean, just, man, look at this. You have South America just being slammed with it, and the Caribbean's island. That is massive. Now, it's coming from this side, guys. It's coming from this side, from Africa, and is making its way towards way in the other side of the world, across the Atlantic Ocean. All right. So, once again, guys, this was Saturday, 2:24 p.m. This is like, it didn't happen on Saturday. It was getting to, basically, it was like a prediction. That this is how it was going to look like. Let me see if there's any more videos, and check this out right here. Hello, Florida. Look at this. Oh, yeah. Yep. It's heading us. It's heading us, guys. It's heading us. Oh, it's Gulf of Mexico, too. New Orleans, Jacksonville, Houston, and then it's going to go up to Atlanta, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia. Wow. All right. It's going to hit the southeast part of the U.S. And it was going way out there to Texas. All right. So, so we have all the information, guys. Now, before I start, give this video.
Oh, wow, guys. See what I'm saying? So much happening. I want to play this short clip from the Boo 77 again on this Illinois thing yesterday, because it's just really horrible, people. And then I'm going to get over to BP Earthwatch, where he's talking about the storms coming in. And then we'll get into the missionary reports and things like that, Bob Barber. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that right now.
This is Dabu 7. You were looking at a massive explosion that has taken place at the Chem 2 plant in Rockton, Illinois. Now, the cause of this, we do not know at this moment, but massive evacuations are ordered in the immediate area surrounding this. This is in Rockton, Illinois. This is in the northern part of Illinois. And as you can see here, they've got crews on the ground. You can see several different hoses here around the region trying to put this massive blaze out. You can see just how big this is as they pan back. It looks like this whole site is just billowing toxic smoke, so anyone downwind from this, use caution. If you know anyone that lives near here, call them, get them to get indoors away from this smoke and get them to shut down their air ventilation. People do not want to be sucking this smoke into their homes and breathing it as well. As you can see here, just an absolutely massive fire and explosion at this plant. We're going to continue to update. Make sure to follow me on Twitter for the latest updates and details. I'm also going live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern, only on DLive.
Five-day forecast from the National Hurricane Center. Now, this was at 8 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time this morning. Hasn't been updated yet. We're still showing three different systems that they're watching. Now, Bill at the top, this thing formed off of the Carolina coast and took off. There was some rain and wind there, I'm sure. I haven't heard many reports, but it didn't linger very long at all. But right now it's at 60 miles an hour sustained wind speed. And because of the location, it's moving very fast. Again, look at this forward momentum at 38 miles per hour. You just don't see that in the hurricanes that stay down in the lower Atlantic and Caribbean and the Gulf. But again, 38 mile per hour. And what that's saying, guys, you got Nova Scotia to your left, but this thing is going to come into St. John's. The storm out in the Atlantic, and it still has a 10% chance of formation, but they're saying after that, a couple days, it's going to be into much drier air and upper level wind shear. Then you're going to have that Saharan dust layer that always kind of puts an impact and a damper on these storms. I don't think we're going to have to worry much about it, but it is an indicator of that area coming off of Africa is primed now. The temperatures offshore and everything, once the wind changes, to start firing these Atlantic hurricanes our way. And of course, all the islands out in front of this are impacted first. Now, let's go to the Bay of Campeche. Quite a strange storm when you don't see very much. Don't really know what's going on there, but it's still staying as far as the center of circulation in the Bay of Campeche. It's very close to shore. Remember, some of the models were showing it actually go ashore. Some were to having it curve around and then head more north. But right now, it has got a left motion or westward motion. Part of it's ashore, but the center of circulation is just offshore. And we'll take a look at that also, saying the disorganized showers and thunderstorms continue over the Bay of Campeche and southern Mexico. It's associated with a broad low pressure area. The system is expected to move little during the next day or two, and any development should be slow to occur during that time period. However, the disturbance should begin to move northward by Thursday, and a tropical depression is likely to form late in the week when the low moves across the central or northwestern Gulf of Mexico. Regardless of development, heavy rainfall will continue over portions of Central America and southern Mexico in the next several days. And you can see it as we look at the maps, because of where it's setting and the airflow that's been coming out of the Pacific Ocean over the Mexican Peninsula, that there's storms that are being fed through that entire area. Now, this is a wide satellite image of the Atlantic, all the way from the African coast, where you can see the storm here. And you see it's not a solid storm, and it's got upper level wind shear. But notice the Saharan dust cloud through this area. And so, again, it's just like putting sand on water. It's going to absorb a lot of the moisture out of it. And that's what's happening. But there is that disturbance that we're watching once, and we'll see it, these dust layers that's coming off of Africa. Sometimes there will be a break in them, and the hurricanes will really take advantage of that. Plus, we've seen 2 storms come off the coast back to back, and the first storm is like running interference, absorbing a lot of that moisture and being almost decimated by it, but leaving an opening behind it of more moist air, because it absorbed the dust layer. So we got those 2 storms, and again, Bill here at the top moved offshore very quickly, is headed north to St. John's. Here you can see about half the Bay of Campeche, not the entire western half of the Gulf. And we're going to look at that, but here you can see the storms that are being pulled across the Yucatan and into the Gulf between the Yucatan and Cuba. And so that's moisture that's being pulled here, and it's associated with the low pressure that they're talking about. And something I said last week that could be very beneficial is notice the moisture that's been drifting over Florida. And the early models were showing that regardless of where the storm went. And so maybe this is helping you guys a lot, because there was a lot of folks saying that it was very dry there. And we're going to look at the
বাইবেল পড়লে যিশুকে জানা যায়, বাইবেল পড়লে ঈশ্বরকে জানা যায়। যিশু খ্রিস্ট তিনি আমাদের মুক্তিদাতা। তিনি এই পৃথিবীতে আসছেন আমাদের পাপ থেকে ক্ষমা করতে। তিনি আমাদের পাপ ক্ষমা করে তিনি সেই কালভারি ক্রুশে মৃত্যুবরণ করছে এবং তিনি সেই তৃতীয় দিবসে উত্থাপিত হয়েছে। তিনি আমাদের সমস্ত পাপ তার নিষ্কাণ্ডে নিছেন। যিশু বলেছেন, আমি পথ, সত্য ও জীবন। যিশু পথ, সত্য, জীবন। যদি আমাদেরতে কেউ যিশুকে গ্রহণ করে সে অনন্ত জীবন পাবে, যদি কেউ যিশুকে গ্রহণ না করে সে অনন্ত জীবন পাবে না। সুতরাং অ্যাজ এ খ্রিস্টান হিসাবে যিশুকে আমাদেরকে জানতে হবে। যিশু জীবন খাদ্য, ঈশ্বরের বাক্য জীবন খাদ্য। জীবন খাদ্য মানে সেই মানে আধ্যাত্মিক মানে আত্মিক খাদ্য। ঈশ্বরের বাক্য আত্মিক খাদ্য, আর এগুলো হলো জাগতিক খাদ্য। সুতরাং আমরা আপনাদেরকে জাগতিক খাদ্যের পাশাপাশি আত্মিক খাদ্য দিতেছি, আপনারা উভয়ই গ্রহণ করবেন। ধন্যবাদ আপনাদেরকে। বলেন থ্যাংক ইউ জিজাস, থ্যাংক ইউ জিজাস,
থ্যাংক ইউ জিজাস,
থ্যাংক ইউ জিজাস,
থ্যাংক ইউ জিজাস।
বাইবেলটা একটু নড়াচড়া করেন, নড়াচড়া করেন। বাইবেল খালি নিলে হবে না, বাইবেল কিন্তু পড়তে হবে। এই যে ম্যাডাম এখন দিই পড়া। এই বাইবেলগুলো কিন্তু একটা বাইবেল দাম 500 টাকা দাম। এই সামনে আসো, দুর্গর মা বিপুল বুক। এই যাবো সামনে। বাইবেল খালি নিয়ে রাখতে দিবি না, বাইবেল পড়বি। যান আপনি একটু সেরে যান। কেউ কেউ গায়ের উপর যাবেন না, ওই দিকে দিকে চাপেন। দেখো বাইবেল দেখে যাও। একটু ফাটা ফাটা হয়ে দাঁড়ান, গায়ের উপর আসছেন না, কারণ ওর মধ্যে তো করোনার দিকে আছে নাকি নাই? এই বাচ্চারা তোমরা না, তোমরা না, তোমরা না, তোমরা
পরিবার তো দুইজন
না থাক বাচ্চাদের।
বাচ্চা বাচ্চা ফেলাইবে না, এই মুহূর্তে ওইটা দিচ্ছে না, এটা তো বাইবেল দিতেছে। বাইবেল লিখে দিবে না না, এখন এই যে করোনার ভিতরে যত লোক কম আসা যায়।
বাইবেল পড়ে
এই আমাদের সেই বৌমা কোথায়?
এই যে
ওই যে তাই না, বৌমা তো ফাঁস হয়ে গেছে, কি করবে? পানি ভালো হচ্ছে নাকি? বৌমা চেনে না, ফাঁস হয়ে গেছে না।
guys, I have to talk here now a minute before I get to Bob's video. Just want to really express how I feel about these missionaries. They do a lot of hard work over there, and like I said, I just showed Pakistan, Bangladesh with Acid Gain. His family was sick this week. He was sick. Called them for prayer, and I haven't got a follow-up yet with him, but I'm sure he'll get through it. And then so India here with Ramaru, and we have Roger in India as well. We have other brothers working in the Philippines. We have my grandson in Thailand. We have people working in Nigeria, Ojo and Ini in Nigeria area. We have Nasasi over in Uganda and working over there, and she just had a loss of a child, and she's recovering from that. And so they work really hard, people. They work really hard. They go out and sacrifice their lives, sacrifice their bodies. You know, they give all to the purpose and support of the gospel. So we really want you to support them as well. We want you to support Feed My Sheep Today, and also End Time Dream and Visions, as you're going to see Bob in a minute, and also Feed My Sheep, Feed My Sheep, but also Fill My Cup Ministries. We all connect together and help each other. So we really need your support, as we know the world is in a terrible, terrible condition. As you say, I say, man, my video today was called, Why So Many Explosions? You know, we just got so many things going on, disasters over disasters, and we're going to be having these things go on, but we must occupy till he come in your regular jobs or whatever you're doing, and in Yeshua's jobs, his ministries, his callings on your life. We have to occupy till he come, people. So that's what I want to bring out really more than anything, how hard working these brothers are, regardless of how the time is winding up. Time is winding up. We got nuclear, we got, all the things, the blood moons was going on, the solar eclipse. We got all these things going on every day. Now they talk about sandstorms in Florida. Oh my goodness, continue praying for my son. He's vacationing there now. He get back home safe tomorrow, as I had other people praying. So we know that it's a lot of things going to be happening all the time, all around us, but we must occupy. I just want to make sure you understand, not to get in fear, not to be running away from your positions. We need to always be working for our cause, for the kingdom, causes for the kingdom. And so that's why I wanted to bring this out with these brothers. They work hard. No matter what disasters coming near their families, whatever they're going through, they always wanting to hurry and get back in the vineyard to continue doing more work. So we need to come praying for the missionaries. We also have missionaries in Sony Charles over in Cameroon, pretty new missionary. We also have missionaries over in Kenya. We have Godfrey, we have Joseph, and we have another brother who's not really a missionary, but he's doing work over there, Wilfred, over in that area in Kenya as well. So we need to know that we need to be supporting all these missionaries, people. It's so important that we do this right now to get this work done. Bibles that they go purchase with funds that come in, because it's more cheaper to have them go purchase these Bibles in their own areas than to have us sending them by mail and by couriers and all these things that cost a lot of money. So we try to keep the money within the ministries, okay, to help them with food, to help them with vehicles they have to have paid for, and also keeping them maintained. And also sometimes they get sick, and we send in money to help them with, maybe to get malaria, get something, we send in money for that. Send in money for, like I said, food and things that they run out of. So we know it's a big ministry, I'm so happy to be part of Feed My Sheep Today myself. And so I'm just telling you guys, we need to really support them, and also the homeless in your areas as well. We just have a lot. Yeshua was more concerned about the homeless, the widows, the orphans, and that's what he was concerned about. He was always healing people himself, healing from the Father, calling on the Father to heal the people. You never seen him going out getting and I couldn't believe they would say that on the TV, that Graham would make that statement that if Jesus was here, he would have been taking supporting Oh, no, no, no, no, no. Yeshua didn't need he don't need a manly doctor. He is the great physician. He don't need it, people. So we need to be understanding to go to our Father more now than ever before. We need to be going to the Father, telling him to build our faith, to help us through these end times, because he say he would never leave us or forsake us, and he said greater he that is in us than he that is in this world. So we need to be understanding now to really ask the Father to always strengthen us. And so we pray for these brothers all the time in the vineyard. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish it out and get to Bob. Just wanted to break in and say that how much we appreciate the missionaries for all their hard work. And I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. I know we have other missionaries too. Gabriel over in Ghana. I don't want to forget him. A powerful brother in the Lord is really doing a lot of work. What now? Sonny. What?
Sonny Charles.
Oh, Sonny Charles. I did mention Sonny over in Cameroon. Yeah, new missionary. And yeah, we don't want to forget Gabriel in Ghana. Okay, but we're just spreading and growing. I want it to grow more. I want to get some missionaries in Brazil and some other countries. So just be praying for us, people, as we get this word, Bibles out throughout all the world. And I thank you so much. I'm gonna let you hear from Bob. He'll be going over that too in his short video. So let me go ahead and finish this. Mute it out.
The channel that's dedicated to the watch of dreams in Christ. Bob Barber here, End Time Dream and Vision. The channel that's dedicated to the watch of dreams and visions and how they point to the return of our Lord and Savior, Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ. Today, everybody, we are going to be talking about dreams dealing with the tribulation period. And this first one here is from Stephanie. Stephanie says, last week I had another vision that the Lord was sitting down painting something, and he said, come here. I went and looked over his right shoulder that he was painting. It was a beautiful, colorful door. And on top of that door were the roots of a tree. And he said to me, those are the roots of the tree of life. And the painting was coming to life. Then God opened the door, and him and I went through the door into space. He was on the right side of me now, and I seen the left side of his face as a big, beautiful heavenly light. And I seen the word from a distance, and he pointed to the firmament and said, look, I seen two angels standing that were watching the earth, and God said to me, they are ready, and nobody can see them yet. They are ready, and they are there now. Tell everyone. Okay. The reason why I include this as a tribulation dream, because this is a pre-tribulation setup. Okay. When we go home, we will pass through a heavenly portal that takes us from here to the third heavens, however that works. And of course, that will be the time of the tribulation for the Jews. Okay. There are two angels that are at the ready, standing there, and they are ready. Ready for what? Ready for the 7-year tribulation. Okay?
And I also want to add here, too, that these two angels can also represent the two witnesses, because human beings can also be referred to as angels. Because you see that in the book of Revelation when Jesus addresses the 7 churches. Like, for example, Revelation chapter 2, verse 1, unto the angel of the church of Ephesus write. Or chapter 2, verse 8, and unto the angel of the church of Smyrna write. And then verse 12, and to the angel of the church in Pergamos write. So that could be a possibility as well. Just want to mention that there.
There are 2 angels that are at the ready, standing there, and they are ready. Ready for what? Ready for the 7-year tribulation. Okay? They have a specific job that they are going to do, whatever that is. Well, do you remember in the book of Genesis, the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah? How many angels were there that brought destruction on that city? 2. 2 angels. Okay? So are these 2 angels the same 2 angels that are now not just going to judge Sodom and Gomorrah cities, but a third of the earth, matter of fact? That's referred to all throughout the book of Revelation, which I believe personally is going to be the Western nations. A third part of the earth was destroyed. Third part of the trees burned up. Third part of the ships destroyed. You know, a third part in the book of Revelation. Are they going to elevate their work from not just destroying one city to pouring out the wrath of God and playing their role in that on a third part of the earth? Listen, everybody, time's almost up, and we are about to go home. And if you haven't done much for the Lord, and you want to make a huge impact right now, and if you're feeling led, I want to make a big impact in God's kingdom. I don't want to stand empty-handed before the BMC judgment. If that's you, check out what we're doing here at Feed My Sheep today, okay? And I'll see you after the break.
Friends, I got good news for you. The time's almost at hand. We're about to go home and rapture resurrection. It's almost time to leave, which means the time window is now closing for you to build up your eternal rewards in heaven that you will receive at the Bema Seat judgment. Rewards that will dictate how you and your family will live forever. Because many of you probably didn't know this, God has probably called you to be a seed sower. In 1 Corinthians 3:7-9, it talks about those who sow the seeds and those who water the seeds. It says that both of them have one purpose, and each will be rewarded according to their own labor. For we are co-workers in God's service. So the seed sower and the waterer are co-workers together on the same project that will reward them their eternal rewards. So are you a part of this one project? It doesn't matter if you're the sower or the waterer. Just get involved in the project. Whatever you want to do, here at Feed My Sheep Today, we can make it happen for you in a big way. Because we already have the infrastructure in place. Over the years, we have built a huge network of waterers, which are your Christian missionaries, all over the world. These missionaries are preaching the right gospel. They're doing all the right things. They are all established. They are all established with us. They are all mobile, and they move all around their country. Everything's ready to go. All they need is just seed. So no matter what size seed you sow here, it is immediately spread out into all those high impact watering areas, the best fertile ground where nothing will be wasted, where you will see the maximum results of the growth of the body of Christ. And what our missionaries will do exactly is they will be purchasing and distributing KJV English Bibles, so the people that can't read English, and will also buy and distribute Bibles in their own native languages. And we will be distributing those Bibles for free to those who come to the belief in the saving grace of Jesus Christ. And those people will come to that belief through the preaching from the missionary and the missionary's team, and also through audio-visual presentations that will also be presented at those times that help explain the death, burial, resurrection of Jesus Christ and the gift of salvation that came with it. On top of all this, we will also be bringing food, water, blankets, medical supplies, all the humanitarian relief aid that we will need to help the people in these hard-to-reach areas. We're not going into the cities and all that stuff, everybody. We're going into those forgotten places where nobody wants to help these poor people who barely have enough money to put an extra shirt on their back. We come into these areas and we try to help these people as much as we can before the preaching begins, and that's just the right thing to do. On top of all this, Feed My Sheep Today also supports orphanages in many different countries throughout the world. You will be able to feed children, give them food, clothing, education, shoes, hygiene products, provide them beds, and much, much more. So there is so much going on right now in all the different facets of Feed My Sheep Today. So when you sow your seed, you can be rest assured that great things will be generated from it. So all of you who have given before, please, we need your help right now. All you people who have never given before, this is what you do. You go to our website, feedmysheeptoday.org. Link is below. This is a very user-friendly website. Just choose how you want to give. You can give by PayPal, credit card, bank draft. Click on the amount you want to give, or enter a custom amount, or just simply send your gift in the mail. You want to make a real big difference over time? Then would you please consider joining our monthly sustainer program? You could change the world with just $10 a month. That will purchase 3 new Bibles for 3 new believers every month. Or perhaps you want to do more. That will be greatly welcomed. Any amount is so greatly appreciated here. And any of you out there that want to support the orphanages, please even consider giving $100 a month, because that amount will purchase a whole new bed for an orphan. This includes the frame, the mattress, the sheets, the blankets, the pillows, everything. Just go to feedmysheeptoday.org and everything you need is right there. And while you're there, check out the pictures, check out the videos, check out the articles, check out everything. And folks, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can keep track of everything that's going on with the funding that comes into this ministry. You can change the world in a godly way, starting with Feed My Sheep Today.
Thank you, Jesus.